Hello everyone and welcome to today's creativity class. I'm super happy, really excited to see everybody today. As you can see, my penguin kisses are over here. Everybody's excited. So just remember to try your best. Half the class will be for doing grammar and vocab. The second half is in Zoom. So it should be super easy today. Everybody have a lovely time. I'm really excited to see everyone. So let's go on to the first part for today. Now, just to begin with, I just want you to warm up your tongue twisting skills, and I just want you to try one more time at home. Just practice, don't worry. It's not easy, so these are tongue twisters, just to get your mouth open, just to get you used to saying something. So we'll start with the easy one, which is the one on the right hand side. So it says, I saw Susie sitting in a shoe shine shop. Where she sits, she shines, and where she shines, she sits. So pause me now and have a try. And then try to go a little bit faster. I saw Susie sitting in a shoe shine shop. Where she sits, she shines, and where she shines, she sits. Okay, so try again. Alright, completely terrible, don't worry. It's just a practice. And if you said a bad word, it's okay. Alright, next time we'll go on to the longer one, just for one time. So, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Pause it and try. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Ta-dang! Try it again. Now try it a little bit faster. It's not easy, so don't worry. Try it a little bit faster. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Bam! Alright, pause it and try it. Whoo! Okay, now let's go on to the next part. Today's class is all about movies, and it's page 171, 174, 76, 77, and 180. Again, these are on the final test, so make sure you make a note. Make sure you listen carefully, try your best, and everything's okay. So let's start today's class. And what we're going to try to do is just ask a couple of questions, about movies. But to begin with, we're just going to draw pictures. So like I did the first time this semester, I'm going to describe a picture, and then you're going to just draw it. It's a famous movie. Now I'm only going to talk for 30 seconds. I'm going to give as much detail and as many clues as possible, and this week you have to hand in your worksheet, so I'm going to see your picture, okay? So don't worry about how terrible it is. Listen and then draw the picture. You can do this anytime, but try to draw it, okay? Now you may be like, oh, terrible, and cry. Don't worry, it's only for fun. Everything is great, okay? So let's go on to the first one. So this activity is just for your worksheet. Just draw it in here. So there's no partner. Your partner is me. So just draw the picture that you hear. Okay, so listen carefully, draw the picture, and then go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. There is a man wearing a suit. He has short blonde hair. He's wearing glasses. So his suit is buttoned in the middle. He has a tie, shirt, a tie. He has a watch on, and he's walking in the street. Behind him is grey buildings. It looks like England. And he has short hair. He has a very serious face. He's not smiling, just serious face. He has smallish ears, short blonde hair, and he's frowning. He's like, thinking about something. So he looks serious. Okay? Time over. So pause it, listen to it one more time, and then you'll be able to find out the answer. Draw your picture on your worksheet, okay? Let's go on to the next part, okay? So here's number 2. Remember, you need to draw on your worksheet. Now, here's the second one. So here's the second one. Listen carefully. So 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go. So there's 2 characters. They're humans. It's a real movie. There's a man with short hair. He looks very handsome. His hair is to the side. It's short on the side, long on the top. He looks very kind of serious but happy, and he's wearing like older style clothes, like maybe from 100 years ago. And then there's a woman to the right, and she looks very serious but happy too. She has long brown hair, long black hair that's wavy. Her costume is like metal style, and she's wearing a coat over her costume. So underneath is her costume. On her forehead is like tiara, and it's similar to like a hairband, like tiara kind of thing across the top of her head here, and it's in the shape of a W, almost like a V with a star. Okay, so that's a minute because there's two characters. So just try your best to draw the picture and put it on there. All right. Now both of those were movies, and the idea is it's just a practice because there's going to be some movie talk today. So what I'd like you to do is to go to page 171. There are a few movie genres. I think you know all of these movie genres, but if you don't, just make sure you pay attention. So we have action movies, same in Korean, classic or old movie. A classic is a popular movie from a long time ago, and it's still a good movie. An old movie is just from a long time ago. It doesn't mean it's good. An old movie, maybe 50 years ago, but a classic is a famous movie from 50 years ago, but it's good. It's still a good movie. We have musical, we have drama, we have horror, we have science fiction or sci-fi. Remember, SF is Konglish. SF is science fiction or sci-fi. We have thriller, we have romantic comedy or comedy, and in English there's also on there's a blue word, and we say about movies that make you laugh, make you cry, make you happy, make you angry. And these phrases are all about, things that make you do something, some emotion. So we'd be like, oh, which movie makes you laugh? And then you'd say a comedy movie name. So these are expressions that are on the page. There's a couple of other expressions that I'm going to teach you. The first one, I'm not crazy about. It means I don't like something. So I'm not crazy about action movies. It means I don't like it, like action movies. The next one, I'm not into. It's the same meaning. I'm not into something means I don't like it. The next one, I prefer. So it means you like something more than another thing. So I prefer action movies, like that. A big fan of. If you're a big fan of it, it means you love it. So you're a fan of something, you love it. Next one, ending. When we talk about endings with a movie, it means how the movie finished at the very end. Like happy ending, maybe it's a love story, so they have a happy ending. Maybe it's a sad ending, everybody died, or spoiler, Iron Man died. Alright, so let's go on to the next part. The idea is I've just made some questions for you to ask your partner. The idea is in Zoom, just talk together. So on your worksheet, your questions are here. Just talk together. It's very easy. So what was the last movie you saw? Who were the actors? Which actor or person are you a big fan of? What movie would you and your partner be able to watch? So this question means you ask your partner, do you like action movie? If they say yes, then that means you can watch action movies together. What is the next movie you would love to see? What movie made you laugh? Like hee hee hee. What is the scariest thing you have seen? Which is the best love story you know of? What kind of movies are you not crazy about? So that means you don't like them. Did you ever cry at a movie? All of these you should be able to answer. So this is Zoom time. So in Zoom you'll do this. So let's go on to the next part. The next part is the grammar. Now the grammar on page 174, it just is very simple grammar. It's talking about the present continuous. Now the present continuous means something that's happening now. So for example, I'm looking at my students through YouTube, okay? I'm looking. I'm standing in front of the class. That would be now. I'm holding my pen. Okay. I'm talking to you guys. You are listening to me. I hope, right? So the tense that I used is present continuous. So that means something I'm doing now. But in today's grammar, we're going to be using it in a different way. And we can use it to mean a plan. So for example, what are you going to do after class? So the key point is after. we've given a time in the future. So after class. So I'm going to watch a movie after class. I'm going to the English zone this afternoon. These would be examples of using going to for a plan, something you've already decided to do. So you 결정했어. You know what you're doing. Next on, the present continuous. So this is for an arrangement, like a plan that you've made. So you could say, do you want to go to the concert with me? So here you can see, we're seeing a movie tonight. It means we have another plan, so we can't go with you. So maybe like Fraser, hey Fraser, would you like to go to the, eat dinner with me? And then I would say, I'm going to somewhere else. Like for example, I'm going to the cinema. So sorry, it means I have a plan already. So it means we can use it both ways. So we need to just practice this. So in English, we need to use a time expression to say for the future. So on page 174, there's 4 sentences. I want you to try to put the time word in the, this or next, into one of those. Now there's 3 answers but 4 sentences, so one of them doesn't have an answer. So try to put the words in B into the sentence. So pause me now. Let's try to do it. So the first one, the day after tomorrow. The next one, this or next month. The next one, it has no answer because tonight means tonight. There's no, you don't need to put any kind of words in front of it. So the next one, in a few days. So all of these expressions need a time point. Now tonight is already a time, so we don't need to add anything to it. So no, this tonight, no, it's there. Now what I want us to do is the grammar in the back. So you have to go to the back. The grammar is here at the bottom, but the work problems are over here. So I want you to try to do the work problems. And the idea is you want to put in the correct time phrase in some of them. So if you look at the beginning, it says, I'm really looking forward to summer vacation this year. So you use the time phrase in, next, this, or tomorrow, okay? And the second part is just putting in the correct form of the present continuous. So remember, present continuous, you have the subject, the person, then you have the be form, is, are, like this, and then you have the verb ing. So you can put them in there. So in there they give you the subject, they give you the verb, so it should be easy to write the sentence. So pause me now. Let's go through the answers. So the first one we know. The second one, I am going. The next one, we are leaving. Next one, tomorrow, it's a time. They need to know the future, tomorrow morning. Are you getting? So remember, it's a question, so how are you getting there? We are flying. We are changing. We are visiting. We are climbing. I am staying. I am returning. Then next. So you can see there, next month, so in the future. My friend is traveling. Are you going? I am visiting. I am driving. I am leaving. In a few hours. Now here it says double L for traveling. I'm from Britain, and in the UK and in other countries we say double L, so it's not wrong. Americans or North Americans might say 1L, but we say 2. Okay? So there's the answers. I'm sure you got them right because you're geniuses, so don't worry. This time, because that's a little bit easy, I just want you to make your schedule for this week. So remember, in English, for our schedule, we can use the present tense. Like my flight leaves at 10:30. Will is for a general prediction, so it will rain tomorrow. The present continuous for a plan that we've made. We're leaving the house at 10 p.m. And be going to for a plan that we're going to do. So I'm going to be a professor when I grow up, or the other one, that bomb is going to explode. That's going to happen, okay? But what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you just to write down your schedule for this week. What are you going to do this week? So you can write Monday morning, a.m., I'm going to take English class. That would be correct. But I want you to use it verb ing. So I am taking English class, like that. So try to fill in your schedule for this week with what you're doing this week that you've already planned to do. If you don't have a plan, you can leave it blank, okay? So it's all right. In class time, I might ask you just to ask each other schedule, like this kind of thing. So that's all you have to do. So pause me now. Write your schedule, and then we can go and take a break. So today's class is easy. Hopefully you're feeling good and refreshed. Go get a coffee. Okay, everyone, and now we're back to the next part, which is page 167 and 66. On here, there are some blue words, and the blue words are the keywords for our test. I will go through them to make sure you understand them first, and then there's just a little exercise to do. So first one is go to or see or watch a movie. These are all the same meaning. There is a little difference, but for us, it's all the same, okay? So you go to a movie, you see a movie, you watch a movie, same meaning. The next one is suspenseful. So you can practice your pronunciation. Suspenseful. It means it keeps you interested. Like you're like, oh wow, what's gonna happen? Like you're like waiting for it. Inspiring. It makes you want to do something. So maybe you watch a action movie and you're like, wow, I want to be a race car driver, or I want to be a soldier, something like this. It inspires you to do something. Hilarious. Means very, very funny. You're like, wow, LOL. Next one, entertaining. It means you enjoyed it, you liked it. Sweet means cute. Like, they are a sweet couple. Like they're a very cute couple together. Depressing makes you sad. Okay, so it's a bad one. Scary, violent, lots of blood and fighting. All of these go together in scary movies. It scares you. Read page 176. And the idea is I want you to try to answer whether they liked the review. So read the review and then just write down if they liked it or they didn't like it. So it says, I watched The Hunger Games. It was very suspenseful. It kept me thinking what's going to happen next. So you want to decide whether they liked it or they didn't like it. So pause me now and just write down like or didn't like after you've read it. So they liked it. They liked it again. The next one, they liked it. So soon is not like, no, they liked it. Number 5, didn't like it. It was depressing, so they didn't like it. The next one, they didn't like it. My boyfriend liked it, but it's too violent for her or him. So you can see there, they didn't like it at all. So hopefully you got the right ones. You understand the meaning of the words. So the next part is going on page 177, and it's just asking about movies and dislikes and likes. There's another word on there which is movie trailer, which is like a preview of the movie. It's like 2-minute preview, show you the best bits of the movie. The second words on there is also release day, or when the movie comes out. So be like, oh, when's the movie coming out? And you'll be like, oh, next week. That means the release day of the movie. So there's a movie trailer and like movie coming out when it comes out. What I'd like you to do is to ask questions in Zoom time, but because there's no questions, I've made a little puzzle for you on your worksheet. So if you go to your worksheet, you can see here, I've just changed the order of the words. What I'd like you to do is to write the sentence or questions correctly so that you can ask your partner. Now you have the same questions, so just try to go through the worksheet, write down the correct ones. I'll give you the answers in a minute, but just try first of all, just for 3 minutes, try to do as many as you can. Just write out the question. So pause me now. Let's go through the answer. So the first one is easy, right? What movie was entertaining? The next one, which movie was suspenseful? Which character was inspiring to you? Which of your friends or teachers is hilarious? Next one. Which love story do you think is sweet? Maybe Fraser and Hello Kitty? Otaku. Okay. Who do you think would make a sweet couple? A cute couple? Who's cute together? Next one. What has been the most depressing thing this year? No school, right? Next one. Which of your friends has a scary face? Bad Fraser. I'm a bad friend. Okay, I'd be like, oh, Scott, scary face, like this. The idea is you want to say, just kidding answer, so don't worry, okay? But be kind, say nobody, okay? Which movie was too violent for you, like too bloody or too sickly? Which movie trailer looks exciting? And when will Thor come out? Which year? You might have to Google search this one because, because of the problems. But there's a new Thor movie coming out. When is it coming out? Okay. So that's for Zoom time. Hopefully you filled out the worksheet. So let's go on to the final part. The final part is very simple grammar on page 180. The idea is when we have an adjective, like describing the feeling of something, words to describe things, we have two parts. The first one is some of them ending with ing, and some of them are ending ed. Now the most important thing is at the top on the blue part on the screen. So the first one, it says conveying emotional feeling. I am, I feel, talking about ourselves, like me or you, and then we say ed. So I am bored. I am exhausted, like really tired. I am surprised. I am interested. Excited, frightened, like very scared, and worried. All of these words are talking about how we describe our feelings, our emotion. But sometimes we need to use an adjective with ing. In this case, the adjective ing is talking about the thing that makes us boring. So, for example, I'd be like, this movie is boring. This work is exhausting. The thing that's making us feel that, we use ing. So for example, this class is exciting. Many times students get confused and they said, I am boring. That means you are no jam, super no jam, okay? So I am bored because something is boring, okay? Never I, unless you're super no jam, but I love you anyway, okay? So remember, I am bored, some other thing is boring, all right? Now, what I'd like us to try to do is in the back of the textbook, the grammar part. But there's some words you have to make sure that you know. The first one, surprise, something that happens unexpectedly. Bore, boring, like makes you sleepy, it's not fun. Confused, I don't understand. Amaze, amazing, amazed, makes it wonderful. Depress, it's very sad. Entertain, entertaining, to be exciting. Embarrassing, your face goes red. You're very shy, something really bad, like something happened, so maybe you're embarrassed, something made you feel like your face goes red and shy because something bad happened. But I'd like you to do page 218, and the idea is just to fill in part B. So read the sentence and just put in the correct word for the correct sentence. So it says, I was kind of something after watching that movie. It was a tear-jerker. Tear-jerker means to make you cry. So if something makes you cry, you want to choose one of these words. Now there's also terrify, like really scary on there too. But all the other ones are there, so it should be okay. So pause me now and just try to fill in the blanks on there, the 7 and 7. Depressed, that's right. So I talking about me, was depressed. Next one. Confused, I am. So the next one, they're talking about my film class, another thing, so it's entertaining. I watched this movie and I was, so ed, I was terrified. The next one, it was surprising. In my opinion, it was a terrible movie, so he was very shocked, like wow. The next one, boring. The movie is very boring, not interesting. And the last one, I fell asleep during class and the teacher yelled at me. How embarrassing. Like, I'm so sorry. Like that, right? Now, what I'd like you to do is, you've done the first part, we're going to do A. So this again should just take 1 minute. Look if it's talking about the person's feeling or if it's talking about another thing's feeling, and choose the correct choice. You have two choices, just choose the first one. So I'll give you 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So pause it. Let's go through it. Are you ready? You ready? First one, disappointed. I was disappointed. Next one, exciting, because they're talking about the film. Interesting. So there, we're talking about another thing. So it was interesting. Kristen Cox is interesting. Another thing, she. It's not her feelings, we're talking about her as an actor. Confusing. The story, don't understand it. And at the end, I was surprised. So except for here, where you maybe made the wrong choice with interesting, I think most of them are okay, but they're talking about the person, not her feelings. So that's why this is interesting. Finally, in Zoom class, we're just going to ask some questions, just using the vocabulary that was on there, like are you confused, are you bored? And the questions are all the same on your worksheet. Do you have any embarrassing friends? When was the last time you were disappointed? What was the last exciting movie you saw? When were you last surprised? Who do you know that is entertaining? Next one, are you confused in math class? Are you terrified when, it says they, but it means you speak English? Are you amazing at Battleground, like playing games? Are you excited for English class? And are you entertained by soccer games, football games? So that's my question, really. So you can say yes or no for all of these, and you can just answer them as comfortably as you can. So that's for Zoom time. Just practice and speak English. And that's it for today. So as I said, today's class is not too bad. In Zoom, again, we'll have 40 minutes of speaking practice, just asking the questions from here today. You'll talk to some different partners, and then at the end of it, you will give me your worksheet. So on Friday, by Friday, you have to have sent your worksheet to eClass, okay? So that's it for today, everybody. I had a great time. I miss you. I really wish we could have class together. This semester's been so strange, but I'm really happy that you're all great students and you're trying hard. So everybody, take care, get ready for Zoom, and there's one more thing. There will be another video about your speaking assignment. So make sure you watch that too when you can, all right? That's it for today, everyone. Bye-bye. See you in Zoom soon. Zoom, Zoom.